This is Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. You can find the book worldwide on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback versions. You can find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. You can join us on Facebook. Today we're going to discuss Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was just convicted on 3 counts of felony indecent aggravated assault on April 26th at 2 p.m. He is 80 years old now, and he is legally blind from a degenerative eye disease. Also, his son Ennis was murdered in 1997, and I remember that. Anyway, so the first thing I want to ask is just sort of as a baseline, is Bill Cosby guilty? I believe he is guilty, which should not affect the cards. But he essentially admitted, in 2005, he admitted that he purchased Quaaludes with the intention of, drugging women for sex. And that's pretty much how he got convicted. His own words convicted him. He went on record in 2005 and stated that. So is Bill Cosby guilty of these crimes? Let's just set a baseline here. Is he guilty of these crimes? We'll do a very simple spread. This is the yes-no spread. That's interesting. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Zoom in on it a little bit. Is Bill Cosby guilty of these crimes? In the yes-no position, we have crossroads. Here in the body, we have woman, butterfly, hand in hand, and Magi as the shadow card. Shadow appears from the bottom. This is the underlying situation. Crossroads says it's 2 or more options, okay, and you can see the crossroads crossing. This is several, okay, woman, butterfly, hand in hand. So many women, sex with many women. Let's add this up. This is 18. 12. Woman is 12. 10, Jack, Queen. Queen is 12. 18. 18 is 5 diamonds. Yeah, 5 diamonds, which is Jacob's ladder. So progressively he was molesting over many years. As a progression, he molested many, many women because he was very rich and powerful. He got away with it because he was very, very rich and powerful. So the answer is interesting here. Is Bill Cosby guilty? This could be yes and no. It could be that he's not guilty of all of it, but he's guilty of some of it. I find this very sad, because Bill Cosby, he's described as America's dad. Okay, he preached family values. He preached personal responsibility. He was against inner city, drugs and crime and the welfare state. He talked about all of the things that the liberal agenda kind of hates. So, he is guilty, but maybe there's more to it. There's more to it than we understand. Crossroads is there's more than one thing. Let's do another one. So Bill Cosby was worth $400 million. Okay, and everybody knew about this. Okay, Harvey Weinstein, for instance, a good correlation is a good analogy is Harvey Weinstein, who ran the Weinstein companies, and actresses who won the Emmy Awards, people who won, Hollywood awards. Harvey Weinstein was thanked more frequently than God himself at those Hollywood Awards. Okay, so did Hollywood protect Cosby because he was so valuable? I mean, he was obviously very valuable. He was worth $400 million. Oh, there's a no. No wanted to fall out. So did Hollywood protect Cosby because he was so valuable? Because it's very clear that Hollywood was protecting Weinstein. Did Hollywood protect Cosby because he was just so valuable to them? Can you see that? Okay. Ruler, water into wine, roses, and handcuffs. Okay, so water into wine is, it can be a deception card because water doesn't turn into wine because it doesn't have yeast and sugar. So in a deception reading, it can be, in certain kinds of readings, it can be deception. Things are not what they appear. Ruler, this is a great father card, okay? As I said, he was like America's dad. He was always moralizing at everybody. And I agree with a lot of what he talked about, personal responsibility and things like that. And I agree with that, a lot of the things he said. So here's this father. He's living, it's not what it appears to be. And he's putting a very sweet face on it. So this is 11 and 13, 24. So 24 is 6 spades. Incubus succubus, which is a demon that sucks the life out of somebody through sex. So, yeah, this is very deceptive. That's interesting because Hollywood was not. This does not. My question was, did Hollywood protect Bill Cosby because he was so valuable? And the answer is not intentionally. Hollywood was not intentionally protecting Cosby. He was just very good at it. He was very deceptive, and he was very good at putting on a sweet face, you know, in public. I find that's very interesting. That's very interesting. And one more question. Did the shot callers, okay, and this kind of, you know, this is kind of conspiracy question. Did the shot callers, the dream makers, did they sacrifice Cosby intentionally because he spoke against the liberal agenda? Cosby, he said many unpopular things in Hollywood. It's very unpopular to be conservative in Hollywood. And Cosby held very conservative values. Interestingly, he lived in a glass house. I mean, obviously, he was doing terrible things beneath the surface that people didn't know about. And he was very good at putting on a face. So did the shot callers sacrifice Cosby? Because a lot of people are saying that, you know, everybody knew about Weinstein, okay, and they know about the pedophiles too, and that's not come out. But they knew about Weinstein, and people would joke about it at these, and you can see all the tapes on them joking about Weinstein. But nobody exposed him because Weinstein was too powerful. So, did the deal makers sacrifice Cosby because of his political views? Because it's just expedient. Ooh, there's some bad feelings there. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so for that one, did they sacrifice him? They've got cornucopia, which is money, player, which is actor, mustard seed, and the underlying is incubus succubus. This suggests that he made a lot of enemies in Hollywood. And 6 spades can be very bad relationships, very selfish relationships. Ooh, okay, this is 8, 9, plus 11, 25 spades, roadblock. So his career as an actor, the money stopped in his career as an actor, and they planted the seed. Interesting. Very interesting. So I asked, did the shot callers, you know, the people who run things behind the scenes, did they choose to sacrifice Cosby? Okay, Did they just, you know, it was just expedient. They, you know, give, like the drug people, the Mexican mafia, they'll sacrifice a load once in a while. They'll sacrifice a small load just to give law enforcement something, so that the people think that, you know, they're actually doing their job and they're not corrupt. So money, actor, and planting the seed is blocked, and bad relationships. So the shot callers, the people really in charge, they did decide to sacrifice him. He just wasn't valuable to them anymore, and so he's somebody who can be sacrificed now. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So let's wrap it up here. So Bill Cosby, he was convicted of 3 counts of felony indecent aggravated assault, essentially based on his own words, own sworn testimony in 2005, where he admits to buying Quaaludes to have sex with women. So the first question I asked is, was he guilty? Okay, and the answer is yes. He had sex with a lot of women because he was very powerful. Butterfly is a great sex card. It's very light, it's very flirtatious, it's very sexual. He just had sex with a lot of women, and just on an ongoing basis. But there's more that we don't know. Okay, yes, he's convicted of these 3 counts, but there's more. There's actually more that we don't know, because the 5 Club says that there's more. There's even more. Did Hollywood, the second question was, did Hollywood protect Cosby because he was so valuable to them? Because, I mean, he had this huge career that spanned, you know, like forever. He did the Ed Sullivan Show. He had a groundbreaking role in I Spy, where he played Alexander Scott. This was his breakout role, and that's way back in 1964, I think. Then he did the Bill Cosby Show. Then he did Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, which was also very groundbreaking. Then he did the Cosby Show. You know, he called it first it was the Bill Cosby Show, and then it was the Cosby Show, where he played, you know, Dr. Huxtable, and his wife was a lawyer, and then he was producer for A Different World. Very, very brilliant, very valuable man. So, did Hollywood protect him because he was so valuable? No, he was a great deceiver. He's America's dad, and he was able to put a very nice countenance on it, but underneath it was just all deception, water into wine, and he fooled everybody, which is crazy. It's hard to understand how he could fool so many people. Okay, and my final question is, did the shot callers, the deal makers, did they sacrifice Cosby intentionally? Yes, he made a lot of enemies, and when his usefulness as an actor and a moneymaker was done, they decided that this was a good opportunity to sacrifice Bill Cosby for their agenda. Very interesting. Anyway, that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. You can find the book worldwide on Amazon, both Kindle and paperback versions. You can find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. You can join us on Facebook.